This 2017, Nigerians have been rated as the 6th happiest people in Africa. Now that is according to the United Nations. The same 2017 Nigerians were also rated as the most depressed people in Africa. And that is according to the World Health Organization. However, here on Moments Girls Talk, tonight we are on a mission to name the top 5 reasons why Nigerians' blood was boiling in 2017. This is going to be good. Hi, Tallulah.
Hi, Bolani. I cannot wait. But I can think of some reasons why my own blood was boiling in 2017. So let's get into it.
I can as well. I mean, 2017 was such an interesting year. I feel like, literally, like, I'm a huge Twitter junkie. Like,
you are.
I post on Instagram, but Twitter is where I live more on social media. And sometimes I'd be reading the tweets and I would just be laughing. Like, the things people say, the clapbacks. Oh my gosh, I remember it was this one tweet that I did, and it was just like, people are hilarious on Twitter. I was talking about how, you know, like, women in Nigeria, like, we tend to hide the fact that we're pregnant.
Okay,
until
yeah, you said you did many controversial tweets this year. It's not only like, oh, your friends be married in America or something. Yes, I remember the pregnancy one day.
And I was like, you know, generally Nigerians, they get married, they're posting it all over everywhere, you know, and then next thing you know, you're about to have a baby. You don't see the person for like 7 months. All of a sudden, the person just shows up and says, new mommy, glory be to God, photo shoot. Like, you're like, when did you have a child? And then someone replied me and said that, do you want, I believe the tweet said, do you want the child that comes out to be a yam tuber?
Hey!
Like, so that your village people can make it a yam tuber for you.
You don't want your village people to curse you. Hey, you know, these things, I think people are very superstitious.
Yeah,
I think this definitely has been a year of controversies, both in the, you know, in the political arena and the entertainment arena.
Yeah.
There's definitely been a lot that's happened, so we cannot wait to just dig in and get into all of it.
And of course, throughout the show, we ask, you know, that you guys also let us know, what do you think were some reasons why people's blood was just boiling hot? And you can tweet by all of our social media platforms or comment down below. Our guests are going to be joining us right after this. It's going to be good. We'll be right back.
You're watching Moments Girls Talk, and we're joined by our guest, AZUKA Ogunjuba, who is a showbiz journalist and also a contributor to this day. She's the owner of Media HUBROOM, an online magazine and website. Also joining us is OZZY Agu. He's a TV presenter and an actor, and he played the character of Shina in our very own Desperate Housewives Africa. Welcome to Moments Girls Talk.
Thank you. Very excited to be here. Thank you.
Excited to see you both. So, Auntie AZUKA, I'm going to start with you. Media HUBROOM has quickly... Media Room Hub, thank you for correcting me, has quickly grown to be, you know, the online magazine where people go for a lot of breaking stories, and you always feature. I saw the cover you did with, who's that? He's the pastor. Remember his name?
Nathaniel
Basti, yes, and you've done so many other people. So how is that? How has that been with Media Room Hub?
Yeah, sometimes it can be very a bit frustrating, because we all know that Nathaniel Basti is not the talking type. He's not out there. So you have to keep calling and try to convince him why he needs to do the interview.
Yes.
Sometimes this interview takes as long as 6-7 months, sometimes 1 year for them to agree.
Wow.
When I was on the slide decks in these newspapers, some of the people I featured, it took me like 2 years to get them, but I just didn't stop. I just kept on calling them, sending messages. I can harass you for Africa.
Amazing.
If I really want to get something, you know, so.
It's good.
It's still the same zeal I have with what I'm doing with Media Room Hub.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Very nice.
We're going to come back to some more questions before we let you go, or we get to the topic of the day. Ozzy.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Very fine, thank you.
Just a random fact, Ozzy's my sugar husband.
Oh. Yeah, I know how
Love it.
Sugar.
Oh, look at this display of love and affection.
Thank you, right back at you.
I don't know if our scenes have any kissing in it, but...
I'm putting it in the script. I'm putting it in the script.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Very nice to be here. I was rushing, but yeah, so far I've been filming like crazy, and so I was running from one set to the other with traffic and all that, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, and how do you juggle all the different characters? Because you're in Battleground, you're in Sugar, and you do films. So how do you keep all your characters kind of straight?
Actually, you bring up a very good point, because the other day I was in a cafe and someone screamed or was calling another person named Michael, and I responded. And they're like, oh no, it's not me. So yeah, the names are getting mixed up in there. I'm still Ozzy,
do you remember what your
course.
character's name is in Sugar?
Oh yes.
What is it?
Help me.
He doesn't remember.
No, I'm serious.
An
I'm
actor's
serious.
life.
Yeah, so yeah, it's great. I think when I play more intense characters, they take up the most room in my psyche, but I do my best to compartmentalize so that, you know, when that show is over, I can sort of like say thank you and then goodbye and then close that door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's nice.
That's brilliant. I mean, guys, I'm really excited about the conversation for today, and we're going to be talking about, you know, things that were trending, things that made our blood boil. And I know with, you know, so technically, the reason why we call her Auntie Azuka is because if we told you her real age, you'd be shocked. She looks
Don't
way,
go there.
way
Don't go there.
younger.
Don't worry, we're going to keep
Way
your
younger
secrets.
than how old she is. You know,
Don't go there.
but I think I'm just going to call you Sissy A. I mean, when she told me how old she is, I was like, bruh, okay, wow.
We need some whatever you're drinking, whatever
Definitely,
teas.
she's on to a lot of us. I want to talk a little about like covering controversies, you know, because you've been in the middle of like 2 major controversies this year and last year. Now, is it that people just naturally gravitate to you because they know that you will bring out the truth, you know, because they're like, if I have an interview with Azuka, like, the truth is going to come out, it's investigative journalism, she's objective. Because why, you know, based on that?
Well, sometimes I think it is, but sometimes out of curiosity, when you interview someone and they tell you too many stories, too many tales, and you're like wondering, can this really, I mean, can this be possible? Did this really happen?
Yeah.
So you need to look for the accused party to get his own side of the story.
Okay.
And when you now hear what he or she has to say, you just be wondering again that, is this really possible? So after hearing both parties out, so you go behind their backs and start doing your own personal research or investigation and everything.
Okay,
So that's what I do.
And that's what you did in the case of Tonto, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you feel a need to do that in the case of Tiwa and Tibbles, like to get his side?
Yeah, because you know, Tiblis was really
Wait, sorry. Tonto's was domestic abuse, right?
and other stories that followed.
Okay.
So like in Tiblis' case and Tiwa's case, I know them like, I know them, I mean like friends, I was at their wedding in Dubai and so when it happened, I tried to reach him. He wasn't picking his call and then a lot of people tried to reach him too. He wasn't taking calls anymore. So he just, I think, shut out, for probably because at least I found out that he knew he overreacted and so he was very smart not to even have, you know, said anything again and kept quiet through the whole drama, and Tiwa too did the same thing.
Yeah, I think what's great though is that they're now reconciled, so that's very, very exciting.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
You know?
Yeah, but you see, Tiwa and Tiblis, they always had this chemistry. They're like paddies. You know, their friendship, their whatever is beyond. Like they're like best friends, really. So it's very easy for them to reconcile if they're going to come back together. It's very easy. They always had this paddy kind of relationship, you know. So,
but that's the two of them, and of course they're a union and they're reunited. But the storm and the conversation of people, how did people react to it? It was intense. You know?
Yeah, but you know, social media people
and also
don't
reacting
really,
to you.
Yeah, because you had online trolls who would come on your page.
Yeah, because
leave messages. So how did you?
I read one comment.
Actually,
comment.
Ozzy,
I just
we need
realized
to go,
that.
Auntie Azuka. We're just going very, very quick break. And when we get back, we're going to hear more about online trolls and also all the controversies that had our blood boiling in 2017. We'll see you right after this.
Welcome back to Moments Girls Talk Nigeria. The year is rapidly coming to an end, and today we're talking about the 5 things that made Nigerians' blood boil in 2017. Now we're going to start that conversation on that topic, but before the break, Ozzy, I know you'd mentioned
Online trolls. We're talking about online trolls. Going on to people's pages. And Mr. Azuka, I'm going to start with you because I know that you've had a lot of that because of the line of work you're in.
I'm used to
you're
it.
in the firing line, essentially. So how do you deal with it? Because, you know, people come, you were saying just before we started filming that they say some very nasty things on your page and they just go all out.
Yeah,
so how
funny enough, some of them and I, we are now friends.
Really?
Some of them came to insult me on my page, so they'll now send me a DM like, I remember one said that you don't look like a bad person, though. I said, well, I'm just doing my job, and I think she's about 22 years old. Wow, you know, I'm like,
young.
yeah, most of them are young, really. So, and why would I want to be exchanging banters with this kid?
I
could be your child, basically.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's so funny because that is kind of a great segue into the first, for me, the thing that I think made our blood boil definitely had to be the multiple dramas with Mr. Easy and Nigerians. I'll call him Mr. Easy versus Nigerians.
I love it.
I mean, Easy's an amazing guy, you know, in terms of his music. I don't know him personally like that. But really talented. And we all know he lived in Ghana. He's not Ghanaian. He went to school in Ghana, lived there a little bit, maybe longer, I think. He said Ghanaian music had a very strong influence over Nigerian music. Okay, so the reaction online was like, I mean, people dragged him. Some of the tweets that I saw, I was like, but I mean, why do you think Nigerians were so intently disappointed and frustrated about what he said?
Because Nigerians, no matter what, we love ourselves and we love our country. We're very patriotic when it comes to things like that. Even if we're wrong, we don't want to agree that we're wrong.
True, national pride.
So, Nigerians are like that. So in that case, I think he was one that looked for what they call, he went to look for wahala. Because Nigerians, you see, even when foreign girls, even when other countries insult Nigerian men, Nigerians just go there, they go out to fight. As in, they fight on social media. I'm like, how dare you, you know, this ugly girl and everything. So that's one I like about Nigerians. We just know how to hold our own and defend ourselves.
Definitely.
Anytime, any day.
The history of musical influences, it's actually quite old between Nigeria and Ghana. I mean, right now we have, you know, high life is a Nigerian thing. We would say it's our thing. But back in the day, high life was popular in Ghana. And this is like old before my dad's time, because we had these kinds of conversations on music. So high life is huge in Ghana, and I happened to be there at the Chale Wote Festival this year, and they have their high life groove as well. It's similar to Niger, but it has its own style. So I think there's been cultural exchange over the years, but I think Nigerians know we don't want to hear it. It came from us. It came from us.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Ozzy, for you, what was a big story that really you felt like really hit the waves in Nigeria?
Nigeria, politics. Politics is huge in Nigeria. It's some study abroad, or our president is working from abroad. And then another was the first president to be working from home, you know, all these things. So I think that really got, even when he came back.
He couldn't go to his office. There was rats.
There were rats in the office. I think that trended like for a long time.
Tell us, what was your most controversial of this year?
This guy, what's his name? Dino. Mr. Dino, when he had this
the video,
when he was having issues with Sahara reporters, and they said he didn't graduate, and he wasn't a student of, what's that? Is he Harvard or something?
Right.
So, and the next day he went to the House of Assembly with his academic gown. And so that thing dragged for like, I think, a month. Then the next we saw was the video when he sang that the song and was doing
àjẹkùn ìyà ni ó jẹ ẹni tí ò tó ní náà tí ń dènà dé ní àjẹkùn ìyà ni ó jẹ.
Oh my God.
Do you know that
was
so
hilarious.
It got so popular that in our stage play, Waka the Musical, one of our politicians actually does that Ajeku iya ni ó jẹ.
Really?
And the whole theater just erupts.
Are you serious? Art imitating life.
They go crazy.
No, that was something. I think it's been an interesting year of a lot of our politicians trending online for things that you wouldn't expect them to trend. I mean, I remember
like
the video. Fire Shade is always trending. But I remember the video of Davido's uncle, the senator, when he won
the dancing senator.
The guy who was really grooving, and I was like,
Otumba Deleke.
Yes. And I mean, he could dance.
Definitely. And he was a stylish older man as well. I was like, wow, look at your threads. He
loves dancing.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to, I mean, you can't see him at a function without dancing. If there's music playing, he would display his dancing skills.
He's definitely a groover, definitely. That was a popular one.
It really was as well. It's now time for a short message, after which we'll be right back talking about more of the things that made our blood boil this year, 2017. You're watching Moments Girls Talk, and we're talking about the 5 things that made our blood boil over in 2017. So I think I'm the one who hasn't said my own. So my own is all this celebrity marriage breakdown. It's actually depressing me because I'm not married yet. So I'm like, I want to have hope. Why am I hearing about Chris Atto and Damila Digbite? Beautiful, stunning couple. They have. Yes. They're divorced, and
I think he released a statement.
Yeah, I saw it on a blog where he talked about the co-parenting and all that, but they're not together anymore. And even with Tonto and her husband, it just seems like there's something.
The gram photo shoot.
Yeah. What's going on? What do you guys think is going on to make all these celebrities kind of not able to maintain and sustain their marriages?
Well, first of all, I think when you're not marrying your friend is a problem. You have to marry your friend. Yeah. It's not for the gram, really. Most of those marriages you see out there, it's for the gram.
But do you think putting on the gram makes it more susceptible to people, maybe making comments and maybe undermining the relationship, which leads to its breakdown?
Also, I think the social media also puts the marriages under a lot of pressure too. Okay. Because at a point, I think some of them forget that I'm married to this man, not the fans out there. They start living their life for the fans, not for the man in the house or not for the woman in the house. How I look today, that word, I hate that word, slay queen. That has, one of the most, I don't know, that word has deceived a lot of people out there. Slay king, slay queen. Then you're rushing out to go to the mirror to look nice, forgetting that the man has not had his breakfast or the one is ill, you've not asked her how she's doing today, because you're rushing to go and do an Instagram picture or something. So gradually, that connection,
starts to fade.
That's what I think. Yeah. So things that you can overlook with your man or with your woman, you turn it to an issue.
That's an interesting point.
What do you think?
I don't know. The thing is with celebrities, their marriages break down, but because they're in the public eye, we see it a lot more. But I don't even know, man.
But I think
I understand what you're saying is that I think honestly it really has. It's not really about the celebrity angle. I think it's more about the fact that these days people's marriages are just. People are more easy.
Everyone is walking out.
They're walking out.
They're more comfortable.
They're more comfortable leaving. Nobody wants to stay in an unhappy marriage.
Self-love is the new thing. You got if
true.
you have an argument with your spouse, you talk to your girlfriends or your male friends and say, "Man, I don't know, man. This isn't how I thought I would feel." And they're like, "Girl, you better love yourself first." So boom. It's like, bro, you better look out first. So everyone is just walking out.
I agree, but I also think when the both parties are in the spotlight, it makes it more difficult. If you're married to someone who's also
because for example, someone because just use Damila and Chris, I don't feel like they put their relationship out there. I feel like they were very quiet with their relationship.
In the beginning,
generally.
They did put it out.
In the beginning, they did a few shoots, 1 or 2. Do you understand? But generally, they're private people.
Don't forget that this same man that you fell in love with, that you married him, he was one time a very sweet guy to you. He was loving, he was sweet. So why did he not change? What happened? Why did he change?
Can I say something?
And if you can, sorry, let me finish. And if you cannot pinpoint why he changed, then go back to the good part of him that made you fall in love with him, and use that to override the thing that is making you angry about his personality.
There's one more. I don't know if I should call them P Square or if I should call it Mr. P.
Mr. Peter, Mr. Paul,
I don't know.
Jude.
But P Square, breaking up, coming back together, breaking up, coming back together. Have I done enough?
No, that's
breaking up again and coming back together.
For me, I love P Square. I think they're an amazing duo. I think they're talented. I think that they were the pioneers in the new age of Nigerian music. And seeing them not together, today, it's like, what is going on?
Right now, I'm indifferent. If I really miss them and I want to hear them together, I'll go and play their music. That's what I do. That's what I do. If they want to come back, it's their business. If they want to come back again.
But I think my question is, how, considering their family, they're twins, they're friends, they're artists that are together, why do you guys think there's no ability to work through the differences to make sure that they stay together?
I heard that they said, they were trying to point it to Lola. Well, from what I read on social media,
of course,
I didn't investigate that, so I'm just saying what I read, what everyone has seen on social media. That when their mom was alive, she didn't want Peter to marry Lola. The mother died. Lola took in, and before you know, there was a big wedding, and Jude was not at the wedding because I was at the wedding. Jude was not there. Lola is a very modern girl, and you know, maybe she's like trying to position her husband, maybe advise, because Lola was into PR and she's worked in a lot of firms before she.
I think Lola is a blessing of a wife
Yeah,
to any man
honestly.
that she
honestly.
Well, you guys, it's now time for us to ask you your celebrity secret. So there's some things that I do not know about you, so please.
I don't have a pajamas. I don't go to sleep with clothes on.
Wow.
I sleep without clothes on. Walk
Every
around
night?
my house. Every night, yeah.
Wow.
Without my clothes on, and I don't know what else to say.
You're
Girls.
like feeling,
natural.
you're like feeling free,
natural.
like the
Yes.
wind
Yeah.
Yes.
on your body, the AC blowing
right,
well.
That's
So-
fine.
There's no light sometimes.
Especially when there's no
When
light.
there's no light, thank you.
You
And
know what I
there's
mean?
no fuel in the generator.
There's no fun and the inverter is dead.
Sorry,
What
going
would
to
we
do.
do? This Lagos, our living, this Nigeria.
That's right.
2018.
So-
Better.
The people still have
What do you want
secrets,
to know?
really.
Exactly.
Well, you have to come up with it. So-
Really?
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to pass on Ozzy today.
No, don't
just saying,
pass.
And we're going to believe
He's
that
a lover
his
boy.
first joke was actually the truth. Ozzy lets it hang loose.
A joke, Ozzy. Joke. Really?
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on
Thank
Moments.
you, Ozzy. Thank you, Auntie
Awesome.
Azuka.
Nigeria.
Appreciate having you.
This was
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Happy New Year in
Yeah,
advance.
happy
Oh
New Year.
yes,
In
2017 is over.
In advance.
Like
in
when-
advance. In
yes.
advance.
What
in
an
advance.
interesting year.
All right. Coming up shortly, it'll be time for In and Nutshell. We'll be right back.
You're watching Moments Girls Talk, and we've been talking about all the reasons our blood has been boiling this 2017. Volanle, I feel like I've just relived the whole year through our conversation, you know, with our guests.
I know. Very interesting. It's been an interesting year. I think, you know, I think what's been making the year even more interesting is definitely social media. It just feels like
Yes.
every single day there's something new.
Definitely.
But what I realized is that no matter how much you think something is going to trend for a long time, there's always going to be something
Something else comes and takes your attention and like, steals the spotlight.
I mean, our attention span these days is so short. So if you ever happen to be trending, don't worry. In 24 hours, something else will be trending.
pretty much is not forever. And I think what I, you know, learned talking about the Ghanaian jollof, Nigerian, I feel like some of these things are never ending. Like I feel like in 2018, we'll still be here talking about like, you know, some of these things.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, that is it for our show for today. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Moments Girls Talk Nigeria. I hope you guys are having a festive season, and we'll see you next year, 2018.
Loading.
Always remember, if you can think it, you can do it.
Bye.